Sentencing for a number of offenses varies based on county in Missouri. When it comes to marijuana charges specifically, those variations can be even more pronounced. Good evening, I'm Brittany Pieper.
I'm Landon Berg. Our Target 8 team looked into those variations and what contributes to them. Our chief investigator, Jamie Gray, joins us with the team's latest project.
We looked specifically into marijuana-related offenses in Missouri and if different people face stricter penalties for the same crime. What we found out? It might all depend on where you live. KOMU-8's Jacob Kornhauser is live in Jefferson City at the Capitol to explain why those in urban and rural areas might face completely different sentences for similar marijuana crimes.
Tomorrow, 5 states will vote on whether to legalize recreational marijuana use, but Missouri will not be one of them. In the Show Me State, it all comes down to one statute, which can drastically change what sentence you get. So we looked into that statute and saw exactly what type of changes that has on sentencing across the state.
Oh, I just asked him straight up, so I'm gonna have to serve 12 years in the Department of Corrections. And he told me, his words verbatim, well, yeah, that's exactly what your buddy's got.
In July, a judge sentenced Delmer Thompson to 12 years in prison for selling less than a quarter ounce of marijuana on 4 separate occasions. Offenders doing what he did face a Class B felony and 60% serve probation. He was charged with a Class A felony because of where he was.
They are creating a horrible disparity in the sentencing of people who are charged with an offense in an urban area, even a small town, versus outside of town.
Thompson was within 2,000 feet of a school, a college in his case, something that bumps a Class B felony to a Class A felony in Missouri. The rule traces back to the 1980s and is something the prosecutor in Saline County, where Thompson was charged, sees as problematic.
We had the war against crime, but when those statutes were passed, I think everybody pretty much understood that there had to be a different way to fight illegal narcotics.
But Stouffer said he still uses the law to protect people who can be harmed by drugs.
If you're dealing even marijuana on a college campus, I worry about all the people that drop out of school because they were more interested in pot than they were getting grades.
Thompson isn't even the most susceptible to Missouri's drug laws. We're currently in a school zone, meaning we'd have to go 2,000 feet away to get out of it. We've brought this tape measure to show you just how hard that is for an urban area. In an urban population, almost never are you more than 2,000 feet from a school zone. So while many urban areas are here in a school zone, many very rural areas are here outside of a school zone where what Delmer Thompson did would be a Class B felony. You can see just how many private and public schools there are in Missouri. And in an urban area like St. Louis, what happens when you draw a 2,000-foot circle around each of them. According to an ACLU report, black people are nearly 4 times more likely to be arrested on marijuana charges despite roughly equal usage. They also serve a larger percentage of their sentences than their white counterparts.
I've seen judges and prosecutors compete with each other to see who can be meaner, who can be tougher in the parlance, which means who will be crazy enough to inflict the longer sentence.
They had drugs, not just marijuana, but drugs, things that could harm people and things that people could overdose from and die. 6 years, 45%. So I'm like, he got 6, he had pounds of that, and that's it? Oh, I'm cool. I know I'm gonna get probation. I got 12 years.
Interestingly, based on a provision made to that statute, which will be active on January 1st, the amount of a felony B conviction for marijuana use, or marijuana sales rather, will go from 5 to 35 grams, meaning that Delmer Thompson's counts would have been Class B rather than Class A. However, the 2,000-foot rule will remain the same under that revised statute, so the urban and rural disparity between sentencing will probably remain as well. Reporting live from the Capitol, Jacob Kornhauser, KOMU-8.